Good job. Hi friends, old and new, welcome back to my channel. I suggest you grab a cup of coffee because this is going to be an interesting one. So, for those of you that watched my most recent video, you know that I went to the doctor to hear the baby's heartbeat. It was the worst doctor's visit, or most unprofessional doctor's visit I've ever been to. For one, me and this particular doctor didn't agree on a lot of things, and that's okay. That's why you pick your doctor. But unfortunately, where I live, there's like a network of doctors. So yeah, I can choose to pick a different doctor to meet with, but whoever's on call at that time would be the one to deliver the baby. Super fun if it's gonna be her. The visit started off normal. I had asked those questions that I needed to know regarding COVID because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of changes happening really fast all the time with the different policies that they're implementing now. So I wound up asking her, how is she handling everything with COVID and being a nurse or a doctor and having to deal with everything happening in the world, the changes to her workplace, the people that are coming in. How is she holding up? And she says to me, she's like, honestly, she goes, I'm starting just to become numb to it all. And I was like, oh, like in my brain, I'm like, interesting. Like, what are you becoming numb to? And she's like, there's just so many babies dying. Excuse me? So, what do you mean by that? Why are there babies dying? I asked her, I said, well, what do you mean? I said, why are there so many babies dying? So I started to look at it like, okay, she's about to have a breakdown and she has to vent. I'm the worst person that she could have vented to about this situation at the current time. At all. She wound up talking about how she had a patient who had COVID. She wound up being so sick that she couldn't even take care of herself. So when she had the baby needed to be taken away to make sure that the baby could be cared for, and the baby died. That's one. Ready? We're gonna go again. So she said that there's seemingly healthy babies until the time of delivery and they turn out to be stillborn. So then I was like, okay, so are these people by any chance vaccinated? What is this influx of dying babies? Where is it coming from? She just started to shake her head. It was almost like she knew she had said too much and she just kind of needs to stop. The one patient, she said, had a heartbeat the night before the baby was going to be delivered and then was born stillborn. And I'm like, okay, all right, this is horrible. So then I wound up reaching out to one of my nurse friends and I was like, listen, what the fuck? I said, are you having an influx of stillborn babies being delivered? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, according to my doctor, all these babies are dying. And I should be at heightened awareness of it. She didn't say that, but I mean, it's implemented in the conversation that we just had. So my baby, because I actually had said about how my baby's bouncing around and feeling him. She's like, yeah, we heard the baby's heartbeat the night before and the baby was born stillborn. Absolute worst doctor experience I have ever encountered. However, my other theory might just be that she and me didn't see eye to eye and she wanted to kind of like chase me away type of thing and almost torture me in a way because I don't have the same beliefs that she has. Don't know. Never going back to her anyway. Oh, do you like my new outfit? It's not new. It's from this Christmas though. This will be the whole mood that I'm in until I pop. When I asked my girlfriend about what she's going through in the hospital, she says like, yeah, there's times where this happens, but it's not common. She's like, that might just be the season that person was in and she was just venting. And I was like, yeah, but that's like super unprofessional. And she's like, yeah, she should be ashamed of herself. But the more that I think about it, the angrier I'm getting at it. Like, what is wrong with you type of thing. There was no like smoothing it over. It was just raw, horrific story time. You're gonna have your baby soon, but just so you know, you get to worry about this until you're holding the baby in your hands and you know they're alive. Because she made it seem like just people that had COVID gave birth to dead babies. So if you're a nurse and you're watching this video, or if you know of a nurse, like, pass along this information and find out what they think and share it below. Is this a common thing? It's not common for my one girlfriend. She just stayed away. But according to this doctor, she's numb because she's experiencing it so much and crying with the families, and it's just a lot to handle. And I was like, wow, like, hopefully we don't have that experience. Thank you for sharing. Great story time. See you never. Bye. So yeah, that was my doctor's experience that I really was just so shell-shocked that I couldn't share while I was driving, and I just didn't even know how to put it into words. Like, the thought of that being a reality, it's horrifying. But yeah, like I said, I'm never going back to her, so we don't have to worry about that again. Cheers. My whole thing is, if it is COVID related, so like, she shouldn't have been telling me that information anyway. But I mean, since she already told me, she might as well have told me if they were vaccinated. Because say they were vaccinated, right? Then, okay, there's a little bit of a correlation there. I mean, there's millions of different variables that could cause that situation, right? We know this. Okay. But given the current circumstances with everybody getting boosters, everybody getting their shots, everybody just trying to get a shot so they don't lose their job or their livelihood, like, there's like this influx of shedding. There's this influx of different things that are happening. You don't know the side effects. We don't know the side effects. So with that being said, if they weren't vaccinated, were they with somebody who was vaccinated and then they had intercourse, bodily fluids, and it affected the baby? I have so many questions. The whole premise of our conversation was me asking her how she's handling COVID, and her response was like, I have an overwhelming amount of dead babies. And it makes me wonder, like, okay, well, were they vaccinated? If they weren't vaccinated, was their husband vaccinated? If he was vaccinated, was it before or after she got pregnant? Maybe there's a correlation. Correlation doesn't mean it's causation, but it is a start to something that maybe should be investigated more, especially if this is some random outburst at the time of people getting their boosters and needing to get their vaccines, and in previous times they had otherwise seemingly healthy babies and pregnancies. You know what I mean?
It's Bella from the old videos.
It's Bella from the old videos.
When I was a baby.
Yeah, just a little baby. That's the only reason why I don't delete them.
And now I'm 6. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for joining me. If you have any answers, or if you've experienced anything as crazy as that situation, let me know. Send me a private message. There's no words. So I hope if you're pregnant that I didn't freak you out. I'm sorry if I did.
Thank you for watching our video. Make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time.
Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times.